Welcome to all the classic car enthusiasts. So it's Sunday afternoon, well, late Sunday after 5 here in Austria. So in this video, I've basically had a break this weekend because Sean left on Tuesday last week. Sam left on Friday last week, and so did Amir. My wife came down for a couple of days to pack some cases for our trip to Dubai. She goes on the 6th and I go on the 12th. She has business there, exhibitions that she does. And so Amir will come back around about the 11th, the day before, and I'll go up to Vienna to catch my flight to Dubai. So I've had a bit of a break this weekend because you can imagine with 4 people. My wife was obviously in hospital. She'd had these kidney stones removed. She's really well now. Thank you so much for all the best wishes and everything, and the birthday wishes as well. But after 60, you don't bother, yeah. So people have been playing me the Beatles when I'm 64, and the words are quite apt for me. Anyway, but thank you so much for all your best wishes. I've been looking today, and it looks like I've got about another 6 to go or 7 to go to get 4,000 subs, which is crazy. I would prefer more views than subs, but yeah, I don't monetize it, so it doesn't really matter to me. But you guys are still commenting and still making some very good comments, and I really do appreciate them, and thumbs ups or likes, whatever. So thank you very much for that. As I say, it's been a bit of a hectic week. We've moved a lot of stuff around. All the mini equipment from the storage place we had, these 2 Jaguars I wanted to try and do something with. Yeah, so it's been a very busy week, and as I say, I'm cooking for 4 guys and what have you. It's been quite hectic. So tomorrow I'm going to start back properly and start getting these engines running and a few other things. So it's just a little small video, and hopefully it'll help out Team Stockdale, which is Graham and David, his son, because they've now got the jig that I gave to Alex Hart, and Alex has been very kind to lend. I think one other guy used it before, and before Graham got it, and I think it's a really nice deal that it's going around the community, especially the fact that it has a lot of signatures on it from a lot of the YouTube people. It's kind of nice. It's a nice little thing to share. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. So take care, be lucky, bye. Okay, so this is the arch on. I've used a second-hand piece of arch rubber there because it's the only bit I could find. I'll order some up, but this is off my original, the beige mini, which was originally Bricks Racing going, and you can see I've put a little cover over it there, so you can hardly see that one, and these you can see. So, and there, I think that's much better. As you can see down the edge, it's a much better seal, and there's an extra bit of carbon fibre I got from the guy just to stamp them out. So this front one is not on, just those 3 bolts are in, and you can see, I don't know, I think it looks nice with the carbon fibre, but you can see that edging needs to be, it's different sizes. Looking at that, it's a bit shorter there and it's a bit longer there. But you can see the gap. There's a little bit of a gap down the side, and that's tight there. So, you know, I think that's a better way to go. So I'm going to order a lot of this U-shaped trim here, and put it on all 4 arches, because I think it looks much nicer like that. But certainly makes those arches pop pretty nicely, and better without the heads. I mean, you could just paint them black, I guess. A drop of black, but we'll see what's better. So yeah, I'll get that ordered up, and then we can crack them on. As you can see, the headline is still not in. I got quite a few questions about this, about how they did it in the factory, and I mean, bottom line is these headliners would have come straight out of the factory, or the interior part of the factory, and straight into the car, so they weren't folded up for years and in plastic bags, so there wasn't too much stretching to do with them. And I suppose they had a technique, but I guess when you put an headliner in all day long on the BMC line, yeah, there was a trick to everything, I guess. The reason we haven't cut it yet is because I have to get the cable from the front loom to the rear loom, and so that's why we haven't put it in. There's no hurry with it. Okay, the next thing is this week I will be taking each of these engines and putting them onto this dolly and get them started up. So I'll check each one. I'll show you how to hotwire it, and the checks previous to actually starting it up, because obviously you want to check that there's no stock rockers or valves or push rods or anything like that, and you want to make sure the engine's turning freely before you think about hot wiring it. So I'll show that this week, and yeah, that's another job to do. So I'll just lift them on with it. I've got the engine crane there, so I'll just lift them on with the engine crane one at a time, and I'll show you starting them up. So to go on, this is predominantly for Graham Stockdale, Graham and David, who now have the jig that I gave to Alex Hart at DJSC, and he's kindly enough letting everybody use it, which is great because it means it's like a community jig in a way. But you were saying about these rear tubs, Graham, in your video today, and as you can see, I've changed this one around a bit because it had to fit my standard jig for the E-types, well, for all the cars that we have. So what I did was I've got the same deal here with the tubs at the back, but what I did do is I saw another jig which I thought was a better idea, and then I fitted this bar in here. You can see it there, and it's attached to the seatbelt anchors. You can see there's only one bolt in there at the moment, and basically that just comes up there and onto, and you could just put on your tubing, you could just put a circular bit to hold it and a bolt through it. Now that way, if you have to do a rear tub, you could take one bolt out, replace the tub, and it would still support it there and on that side, and then you could do the same with the other side. This piece here is for a solid bar that goes from front to back, because if you're doing the floor pans and you're doing the flitch panels, you lose a lot of rigidity and you need the strength. And basically this one then comes out, and you basically just cut 3 slits in that back piece, bend it down and put your bar from front to back. So the bar is elongated, so it comes up and down and straight the way through the car, and the bar then attaches to this one on this end. You see, basically it's the same thing, it just fits in there right the way through the car, and what it does is it makes the car very rigid. You don't need that bar, but I would certainly think about not using this top partial shelf unless you put a very long bar from end to end. If you try and put a small one in the middle here, you will bend it, and you can see somebody's cut massive speaker holes in this thing, and that certainly wouldn't take the weight. So it's a little idea. It works really well, and you can get to the arches at the same time, and that's the way I looked at kind of setting it up for when I do have to do wheel tubs with it. So I hope that's of some use to you, Graham. It does work extremely well, and you can basically just put your piece of hang line or whatever you're going to use on those 2 seatbelt anchors, get the position, and then just tack weld your bar up, and then once it's all in place, take it all out, weld it properly and whack it back in. But I've taken each one of these out to try, and it works perfectly. And what it also does is it allows you to, when you put your new tub in, your new rear tub in, you can use the bolt to hold it in place. It's not a positioning bolt, because obviously there's too much slack in it or too much tolerance, but at least it'll get you lined up to roughly where you should be. So as usual, that's it for today. I've basically had the weekend off because it's been frantic last week. I mean, getting this car done, getting this blue Mini here, this white Mini up, all the spare parts upstairs, all the spare parts that are down near the bottom garage, getting the Jaguars and all that. It's been, quite hectic, and with 4 people My wife being ill and so on and so forth. Yeah, it's been a hectic week, so I thought I'm going to take the weekend and just chill. So, as usual, stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby, and hopefully catch up at IMM. Take care, bye.